Yeah.
RG3 is like the fucking cornball of fucking cornballs.
I don't know why. I don't know. Here's the thing. I don't know why you keep finding a way for me to dedicate time with this nigga or work. I'm glad you didn't do it this past time because I shut that down. He was like, "Yeah, I ain't not about going to this shit. I'm not finna go into why Bryson Tiller. I'm not Bryson Tiller. Wow.
What did Bryson Tiller do to you, sir?
What Bryson Tiller do? What Bryson do? Nah. Oh yeah, that thing I put up. Nobody. That thing I just put up in the 3BG messages. That's a textbook in high school. Just random textbook in high school.
Yeah.
It really is.
Oh yeah, Aris.
That S, I feel attacked right now.
I know. Hey, Aris, here's for you. You're going to use this. I don't know when you will, but you're going to lead a little Bootsy. I don't know when you're going to need that picture, but I hooked you up, sir. Don't say thank you. Don't say thank you too quickly.
I'm trying to think of when I'll need that.
Nigga.
Y'all ready to start this?
Yeah, let's knock this thing out. Let's go.
Oh yeah, we already started.
Hold on. Is our ticker? I hope our ticker still not saying Fast Five. The fast review.
The fast review. Nah, ladies and gentlemen, we're talking about a movie that wears its 90s on its sleeve and stars the late, great.
Yeah, say great. Go ahead. Say
late great John Ritter.
I'm gonna fight you on this one.
No, you know, people be like, John Ritter ain't funny. I'm like, sure, black
funny.
Person.
John Ritter wasn't funny. John Ritter knew how to act. He knew how to play comedic roles. He knew how to be the straight man. He knew that crap. Come on, man. You don't have to necessarily be hilarious to be funny. You know what I mean?
Like kind of like Gutenberg.
But he was funny in this movie.
No. Gutenberg's just been riding on white man charm. That's different.
So is it Ted Danson? That's the better straight man?
Ted Danson's a great straight man.
Okay, all right, that's fair.
But again, John Ritter was funny in this movie.
Yeah, John Ritter
yes, was.
John Ritter was funny in this movie. But stay tuned. I actually remember the trailer for it, and that fucking Salt and Pepper song was in the trailer.
I'm mad that that's the thing you just pulled up, but go ahead.
No, I remember that was part of the trailer, and like that was the main song, and the fact that they actually had a whole ass music video inside the movie. It's funny. It's very 90s in a way, because that's just something they did in the 90s. They always had music videos inside the movie in some way, shape, or form. It was just a thing.
Gonna keep it real. This is my first time seeing this.
Yep, and I'm glad shocked. It's your first time seeing it. I'm glad. Stay tuned. Because Stay Tuned was one of those movies that did modestly at the box office. I don't think it made budget at the box office, but I think it did modestly. But really, where it got all of its press was when it went to home video. That's where a lot of people, that's where it went into, I want to say cult status, but you know, a lot of people know about that movie. Like, oh, Stay Tuned, it's a gem. Look at this shit. You know what I mean?
Look what whooped its ass in the box office. Fucking
yeah. Let's go into that right now.
Unforgiven, single white female. Death becomes her.
Stop. What was single white female about again? Was it about a white woman that got raped or something?
A white woman that would befriended another white woman, and slowly over the course of the movie was stalking her and her boyfriend, and she, like, I think she ended up like killing the boyfriend's friend with the heel of the stiletto in his eye and shit. It was fucked up. It was crazy. It was basically the genre.
It was some good.
It
was some good Bridget Fonda stuff.
Yeah, it was Bridget Fonda.
So are you saying that this sounds like an episode we need to do on BAM?
Yes, exactly. How many times did I say that we got to do single white female?
In fact,
you have said that.
I've said that like 8 times.
In fact,
yes, you have said that, sir.
In fact, single white female inspired in the mid 2000s a section of movies that took like kind of inspiration from it, from Nurse 3D to even Obsessed to a degree, because Obsessed is kind of sort of like single white female, except
yes, it is.
Yeah, Obsessed is basically single white female, except there was like, we can't have 2 white women with Idris Elba. We need to get a black woman in Beyonce.
Well, we have Beyonce. That's the only black woman we know.
And again,
it's not the only one they know. It's the only one they know to exist.
Also,
hey Idris, how was it to work with Beyonce? She kind of out.
Also, Idris.
But kind of out.
Also, Idris, how much they pay you to cut your fucking mustache? Because no, No.
If it was one, you know what? I'm sorry. Look,
if it was 1 million, if it was 1 million short, I would have told them to bugger off.
I'm mad you gave him too much class in that. That nigga from the hood. So everything's like, oh, like that. Yeah, they gave me like 4 or 5. Yeah.
That's what makes him. That's what makes him coughing on hot stuff. Like, oh shit.
Yeah, what's going on? Yeah.
No, but okay, so yeah.
Could you imagine? Wait. Could you imagine? Oh God, if he was still here today, I would love to see John Ritter do the hot wings challenge.
What's on this? Oh my God! Oh God! Wow!
No.
That's what they have in Louisiana.
No.
Wow!
He legit pulls the Idris Elba. Oh fuck!
He would do that too. Jesus! Son of a bitch! Wow!
So the list goes like this.
John Ritter, and you know what? While we here, we have to mention this because I don't know. Next time we'll do a John Ritter movie. We don't know if we're going to do Problem Child or he just somehow going to show up in the movie that we do later on. Whatever. But we have to say about this. John Ritter was a man that was taken right where I think his second half of his career would have, really blossomed. He was going to. He was doing
about my daughter. He was the best thing about that show.
Easily. He was the best thing. He was clearly the best thing about that show. Everything was wonderful. He was doing a show with his wife, Amy Yasbeck, who we just talked about when we did on Robin Hood Men in Tights. Mm-hmm. He was doing it with her. Everything was good. Katie Seagal was on the show. All of it was great. And unfortunately, he died of basically, was it a heart murmur or a heart attack? It was like
heart attack or something. Yeah,
it was something like of that thing.
You know what sucks is he literally got the red fox.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and I mean, and the thing of it is, it's like so. Basically, the movies go like this.
Right on the show. Right, it was right on. It didn't happen on set. It happened on set, did it? Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's sad, man.
But shout out to David Spade because he actually they brought him in to carry the show. He did a pretty good job for those last 2 seasons. I ain't gonna lie.
Stop. I'm with Family Guy 1000%. David Spade shows up on your show when it's about to die.
No, that's what I'm saying. The last 2 seasons. Saying that was CBS trying to let's see if we can still keep going.
I think it was ABC.
ABC was like, let's see if we can get 2 more seasons out of this, put David Spade in, and then boom,
Here's the funny thing. I do remember his first season on there. They did give him. Do you remember he did get praise for his first year on there? Yeah. But I think after that, ABC was like, "Okay, David, fuck all that.
The run's over." But anyway, so stay tuned. So this is basically opening weekend. Unforgiven, because I'm going in order. Unforgiven, single white female, Death Becomes Her, 3 Ninjas, A League of Their Own. Then stay tuned. Then Raising Cain, Honey, I Blew Up the Kid, Sister Act, and Mo Money to round out the top 10.
Boy, that thing got hammered.
That was a murder.
Sir, you want to know who got murdered and probably why they didn't put him in any more movies after this? And he went direct to DVD.
What?
Digstown. That was Louis Gossett Jr. movie. That shit tanked.
It weekend. Did. I remember that. I remember only seeing that in rental. Like I remember the
Hollywood
name.
Looked at Louis Gossett. Hollywood looked at Louis Gossett Jr. was like, "Well, Louis, the magic is over. We're done."
Here's the sick part. I know my dad rented that movie, and I guarantee you, hey, Dad, what happened at Digtown? My dad gonna like, who?
Exactly. I just know it was. All I know is it was one of many past their prime boxers still trying to box with the youngin type movies. Yeah, and shit.
We always get movies like that. Remember,
Play It to the Bone.
Play It to the Bone. Grudge Match.
Grudge Match.
Play It to the Bone was a bad. Grudge Match was terrible, but it was unintentionally funny. Almost the whole movie. Kevin Hart was good in it.
Listen, Grudge Match
should never have been as funny as he was in that. Listen, De Niro wasn't trying. He was hilarious.
Listen, Grudge Match was literally Rocky meets Raging Bull.
That's all it really was.
It was a sequel.
Here's
the sick part.
It was
coming off of Rocky Balboa, still in shape, and you're trying to tell me Robert De Niro's going to beat him? Really?
Wait, Chris. This movie was unintentionally a sequel to Raging Bull.
It really was.
Oh my God. And you know the best part about it is I sat and watched it and said, somebody walked to the movie theater and said, 2 for Grudge Match, please, with a smile on it.
Sir, somebody went to Rivertown and said 2 for Diggstown, cheating their ass off at Wisconsin Junior. I'm just saying.
Hey, Chris, let's just be real. There's a whole lot of niggas named Robert, Thomas.
In fact, I'm pretty sure the deacons.
Yeah, I was saying too. A whole lot of niggas named Nate.
In fact, I know a couple of deacons from
Wheels. A whole lot of Williams. Hey, Ray, you made that? Yeah, I made it too.
In fact, I know a couple of deacons from fucking Full Gospel back in '92 that probably left fucking 11 o'clock service and was like, "We're gonna go see Diggstown today."
Diggstown, man. See, that's how boxing used to be until all these young folks showed up. Hey, look. See, here's the funny thing. I hate that talk. So I hate old school niggas so much for doing that. Ever since I was 1 year old. See, what y'all young kids, nigga, I just got here.
You win some, you lose some.
Y'all don't fight with these no more. What box is number 1 nowadays? Mike Tyson? Man, Muhammad Ali, white.
I'm getting in fights with my fucking cousins and shit. Like my dad's like, "Hey, fight your cousins, they'll respect you." And I'm like looking like Rocky one, like, "Cut me, Dad. He beat me."
Boy, it took me a full like 9 years for me to actually want to fight against my cousins. I'm serious. I mean, it was like a WCW match, and everybody just everybody was cheating.
Before we go on stage too, and I fought my cousins in North Carolina. You know, the ones that are like corn fed, fucking 9 foot tall at 12 years old and shit.
Even when they got a video game, these niggas is boring as fuck. So all they do is like punch trees and shit.
But so the premise of
North Carolina, I'm going on y'all.
The premise of Stay Tuned is basically John Ritter plays the typical husband that is ignoring his wife, but he means well. Like he's not a piece of shit husband. He's just like he's a couch potato. He's a 90s couch potato dad.
It's hard to tell if he's really a piece of shit. And you have the wife who's a go-getter. She has her own business and she's making all this money. And she's doing all this business. Because of course, as you know, it's a business you see.
She has a senior position for a vitamin company.
Yes, and as we all know, that's a very important thing. And here's the thing with both of them. I agree with the wife. Yeah, John Ritter's going through a midlife crisis. He clearly is. I also agree with John Ritter. No, I'm not threatened by your success. I want you to be successful. No, you don't. By the way, that never gets resolved.
Technically it does. It does.
How? Tell the married man how they just finished.
You want to know how? Okay, all right, listen. When this movie ends.
Sorry, that pause.
Technically, both of y'all motherfuckers are married. I ain't married yet or anything, so I mean, I'm airing to the 2 experts over here. I'm just staring like, dude.
Let me get this. Listen, man. Let me get my shit off, B. How it went down was at the end of the movie.
He 2 fingers when you say that, so you know.
First of all, at the end of the movie, he does what he promised his wife he was going to do. My man said, "I'm going to be the man that I was supposed to be when I met you." My man opened up his own fencing school.
That's the most whitest shit ever.
Also, Chris, you do realize he could have divorced her and still.
He could have.
Hold on. That's not a problem.
Let me point out something. See, if this was made today, if this movie was legit made today, number 1, it wouldn't be TV, it'd be Twitch. Number 2, it would
internet. Period. I don't even think it'd be Twitch. This would be
Vimeo.
No,
Vimeo. Vimeo like shit, nigga.
It would be like any live streaming service, but I'm gonna say Twitch because the shit's live, right?
YouTube, 1 or 2.
Could be that too, but there would have been that. And number 2, like D said, that shit would have ended in divorce.
Yeah, but the thing of it is too, it's like he's the '90s person where he, you know, because John Ritter knows how to, like D said, he plays a straight man, but he knows how to play the nice guy. That he fucks up, but it's not in like the piece of shit way. It's the absent-minded husband thing.
Yeah, which is fine, but there's no resolution to it. That's all. That's fine. Whatever.
Yeah, but anyway, so the whole basis of the movie surrounding I call him Principal Rooney from Ferris Bueller, but it's Jeffrey Jones.
No, you could have say Jeffrey fucking Jones.
Jeffrey Jones,
Spike, or Mr. Spike,
aka Spike. The Devil's Lieutenant, because he runs a company that basically takes people's souls by basically putting them in like reality TV type scenarios where they play out.
Reality TV. They just put them in TV. Period.
He put them in TV, and if they survive for 24 hours. They basically can come back to the real world. If they don't, well, they get the soul.
No one survives.
Well, he said one. Remember Eugene Levy. Shout out to him. He was like, "Well, boss, remember that one Lithuanian chick?" And he was like, "Hey, you blaming me for her?" Well, I wasn't saying that.
I wasn't saying.
Just saying.
Eugene Levy, which
be real, D. Eugene Levy was me.
No, he was. When I see Eugene Levy, here's me. So those eyebrows was always that fucking hairy, huh? Exactly, okay, sir. Cool.
Hey, Eugene Levy, his career, it's funny. That's why I like Schitt's Creek. It's like Eugene Levy, his whole career, he just bounced from movie to movie. He found his niche in the American Pie series. And then after that died off, it's like he was in a couple of Tyler Perry movies. And then it was like, all right, so where's he going now? TV. All right, cool. And he's still doing the same Eugene Levy stuff, and it just works.
I think for the Eugene, I think what he benefited off of was I think Generation X and Millennials know him from two different are the things that really saved him because of American Pie. And now that all the Millennials are older now, we see Schitt's Creek. Real talk, Schitt's Creek is probably like top 3 best comedy shows. It's a great show. So yeah, like it's kind of funny how the Eugene Levy has just survived in comedy. You know what I mean? That
it kind of reminds me of our boy Richard Lewis and Robin Hood Men in Tights in terms of their brand of comedy in a way.
Yeah, he also reminds me of
Levy. Now that I think about when I think about Eugene Levy, real talk, if he was an NBA player, he'd be a journeyman.
Yes, he would be. He also reminds me of Frank Willard, who just passed away not too long ago. He reminds me of Frank Willard.
They're funny as shit.
Just there, he's going to be funny. You got him for a reason. You know
Shout out to him doing that shit from real life on Boondocks, like nigga or nigger.
And that was the perfect. Like of all people, you got him to do that. So you like it's like he falls in that line of.
How do you not laugh your ass off watching him do that in the booth? I'm sorry. Like I know Aaron McGruder would die.
I'm just thinking to myself, how is a nigga gonna get some?
No, when he said when he was going down the list. Listen, when he was going down the list, I lost it when he said, "Shame on a nigga."
How's nigga gonna borrow?
He said, "Can a nigga borrow a French fry?" And I wasn't like, "Oh my god!" When he said that word, I was thinking to myself, "Now, how is a nigga gonna borrow a French fry? What am I gonna give you back? Give the nigga back?" I was thinking about something
fucking crying in the fucking studio at that shit.
Much like I said, like Frank Willard. Like they're in that same level. If you get Eugene Levy, you're getting Eugene Levy, goddammit. So, and that's why he worked so well in American Pie series. Even when that thing was dead, was dead, he came in there. Well, son, hilarious.
Well, it's like he's played like so. Basically, these people are in those shows, and essentially they get the souls of the people when they get the satellite dish programs and stuff after 24 hours and stuff. And basically Roy and Helen get sucked into it because Roy, being the couch potato he is, Helen at one point in the movie, because they're basically arguing over their problems, she uses one of his trophies, again 90s trope, takes a fucking trophy and busts the teeth.
And the thing that gets me about this is that she's legit trying to have a moment like, honey, can we talk? Now, real talk. Supersonics is on. I don't know how much of the attention he's going to get because he got the Supersonics hat and all the rest of it on. Speaking of which, Seattle Supersonics, not the Sonics, Supersonics.
Yeah,
that shows you how old this is.
Also, ladies, stop jumping in front of us when we're watching the game. We don't want to talk to you. Just
no. Here's what you do: you cut the TV off. You cut the TV off. If you want your man to pay attention to you, you cut the TV off. Yes, he will bark for 5 seconds. All you gotta do is just stare at his dumb ass. After he's done barking,
do the Birdman arms fold and shit when that happens. Just like
Look at me like, okay, what now?
Hey, look, no. Today, like, no. Listen, for all of today's, like, all the modern married men out there, there's a little thing you invest in called TiVo.
Also,
listen, it saves your marriage. All right, you're watching the game, the wife comes in front of you, you grab that remote, hit pause on live TV. All right, what you got to say, lady?
Dog. My thing is this. He finally,
you have my undivided attention.
He finally had all like, you know what, honey, you're right. It's true. It's double overtime. When he said that, I was like this. The satchel on him.
Here's the.
If my dad would have said that to my mom would have DDT'd him and then keep DDTing him until he forgot his first name. Like the balls on John Ritter.
Here's the fucked up part. He did what I would have did when she broke the TV. Put a little TV on top and continue watching.
I saw that. I said, son,
that doesn't stop nobody.
No. My man had a backup TV. That was great. He went legit ghetto. He picked the.
I'm sorry, I'm gonna do the same thing. Like,
TV. Cool. He got the baby TV and put it on top of the broken one and kept it moving.
It's like, that's cool. I got another TV. Let's go.
I mean, shitty sound, black and white.
It was black and white.
5 inches.
My nigga was still engaged. Like,
here's the thing that gets me. Television watching in the 90s took on a whole different form. Like, because remember, at that point, there was more channels than ever and all the rest of that. And basically, you had all these baby boomers who were finally getting. It's like us getting new memes. It's the same thing. You know what I mean? You're like, what's new? Back in the day, shit, I remember this from 1974.
But let's be
honest. Baby, they're showing that one movie that you don't remember, but I remember.
But let's
wait, you want to know something interesting, D? Now, I've been in a situation like that back in the 90s. Like, I think something had happened to the TV in my room. I forgot I had one of those little pocket-sized TVs. So, like, I had like a literal portable TV, but the way it worked, it was so dumb. You open it up, there's a mirror. There's a mirror like on the inside, right? So you open it up, it's got the clamshell. The actual TV is on the cover side. You need light to hit the back of it, and then you can see it through the mirror.
That's crazy.
What type of ghetto shit?
It wasn't even ghetto. Nigga, Sony made it.
I see, like, I think that's how old TVs are, aren't they, or something like that?
I don't know. Dog, first of all, that thing was portable. It took 3 batteries. It was black and white.
That thing was heavy too.
And it had an antenna on it.
I mean, but the thing of it is, it's like
no. Real quick. I had a small TV just like the one he had on top of the TV. I had a timer on mine, and mine used to go off like at 5:45 in the morning. And back then, that's when Batman used to come on at 6 o'clock. So I would leave it on, and by the time Batman came on, I would watch it. I'm talking to 66 Batman. Yes, I'm one of those kids that got to see that shit in DC.
Now, here's the thing. What had me rolling, they're in hell and stuff right after Jeffrey Jones, hooks up Roy with the T. He hooks him up with on a free trial basis. An entertainment system. What I want to say, it looked like a
two stereos.
There was a whole ass stereo. Yeah, that right there was. He literally hooked them up with the entertainment system of the late 80s and 90s.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and was like, it's a free trial.
Surround sound, hi-fi.
When he gets to hell, he's explaining everything because that's where you get the basis of the fact that describing that they're getting souls from hell, yada yada.
It's a game.
Mr. Surprise motherfucker Eric King plays a young.
That's him.
And from film school, yeah. He came out of college and was like, yeah, I studied Kurosawa and Spike Lee, and I like how Jeffrey Jones stopped him. I like how he stopped him and was like, oh, son, no, we're not doing that here. No. You don't know nothing about this.
Now, if you excuse me, hand up. Yeah, I'm gonna get a whole lot of mileage out of this movie with this. Jeffrey Jones in the remote harness to come up and spin in his hand. Oh my god,
that shit was dope. I ain't gonna lie.
It was
that was hella dope. I ain't gonna lie. That's a cosplay idea right there.
Boy, so
like, how many people?
That's worth the 15 people that will understand that.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I was gonna say. Real talk. If I was walking around a convention, I just lift up my hand and you see that shit just spin and like boom, remote. If I get a quota of 15 people that recognize that moment, mission accomplished.
Like now, I will tell you right now, Eris, just real talk. If you do that at San Diego Comic-Con, you getting pussy.
That's facts.
I mean, look, hold on. I'm sorry, people. I'm sorry. Yes, it is. It's Pride Month. Dick might come your way too. Just saying.
This is true.
Saying.
But the thing of this,
I don't know you, Eris. You have options, is what I'm trying to tell you.
Listen, but the thing of it is, I am flattered. Okay,
but the thing of it is too. On top of that, though, what makes it hilarious though is that like at this point, you know, when Jeffrey Jones dips out like the bat out of hell, and he's like, you're going to dead end. He's on
hell. He's actually from hell, huh?
Yeah. he's going on maniacal and stuff, right? Right as this happening, Helen pulls in. I like how he does a typical Helen. Hey, honey, guess what? We got an entertainment center.
Boy,
like, I got it on a free trial. It's a free trial.
That right there, every man has went through some shit that way. Yeah. Look, why you mad?
Where you going?
This is for both of us. Here's the sick part.
The fastest packing ever.
She was like, I done kicked the kids out the house. I'm trying to drink semen, nigga. What's going on?
Whoa. She didn't kick the kids out. The kids planned it because their little boy is like the typical boy, like, well, Johnny's parents, you know, they went on a trip and they didn't get a divorce, you see, and it was all good. Maybe that's what mom and dad need to do. And I'm like,
I swear the son. First of all, the son in this movie, his name is Daryl. Nerd. He's a nerd. No, he's not just any nerd, right? He's not just any nerd. He reminds me of that movie, that kid who, like, what was it? He used like a whole bunch of the movie Remote.
Actually,
which is another movie that also tanked like this one.
That was the one with the kid doing the Home Alone.
Yeah, he was doing the Home Alone thing inside of a house that was still under construction. It wasn't even finished yet. That thing is stuck in the attic, and he was using a remote.
I like to mention this is also during the time where a lot of kids were messing with like circuit boards just for the fuck of it.
Well, you know, when Radio Shack was popping, kids.
Yeah, kids. Radio Shack. We're actually harboring a lot of bomb makers right now. We don't even fucking know it.
Listen, I saw Enemy of the State. Fucking Gene Hackman doing what's up.
Shut up, Chris.
Hey, Gene Hackman and fucking Will Smith went inside a Radio Shack to get fucking bomb and CIA fucking parts and shit.
Last I checked, you go to a Radio Shack, we'll rebuild a robot, and all of a sudden, where all the good men going in and where they go.
Yo, D ain't lying, man.
Helicopter.
Dude,
Johnny Five had a full-on helicopter.
Nigga, D ain't lying. Radio Shack was like a bomb maker heaven. It was like, yo, you get every. It was the shit that fucking. It was the shit that Circuit City is like. The fuck we gonna sell that shit for? We sell TVs and electronics.
You know what? You know what?
Chris, all the rest of that crap, bro.
Chris, you want to know something? Thank God Bill and Ted Bogus Journey didn't go to Radio Shack for that shit.
They would have found everything. In fact, those Bill and Ted robots would have been more advanced if they went to Radio
Shack. Yo. I was gonna say, hey Chris, if they had a Radio Shack in Masters of the Universe, do you realize
they were in a music store masquerading as a fucking Radio Shack? First off,
I like that. Like, where'd they get that equipment from inside of a Guitar Center, young?
Thank you. That's what I was like. Hold up. Guitar Center has fucking circuit boards since when?
Nah. That's when it falls under Eris's main quote in life: the power of synth. This is what happened in that movie. The power of
synth.
He-Man destroyed Skeletor with the power of synth.
Who knew that a Casio 179 was all you needed to do was just crack into a different dimension?
This is why look. Every movie that we had growing up had stupid stuff. He-Man just takes the cake. He-Man didn't defeat Skeletor with the fucking sword and I have the power. It was a Casio fucking damn synth that defeated Skeletor. What the fuck? What the fuck, man?
Oh my god!
I never want to hear anyone say the synthwave is dead.
Oh my
synthwave
god!
kills.
Synthwave saved the universe. Doesn't even know about it.
You're gonna put some respect on its name.
Man,
it was a Kung Pao. Y'all niggas, it was a Kung Fury. Y'all some assholes.
Look at great value, fucking Man at Arms staring in disbelief that synthwave beat fucking Skeletor. Like, what the fuck is this shit?
Yo, why not? Like, yo, Man at Arms is why they make him look like every usual Caucasian? I have no idea.
The only thing that was Man at Arms was the goddamn mustache. That was it. The Blue Lives Matter mustache. Boom, there you go, Man at Arms.
Oh my god, yo. It's like, with him with that mustache and then look at that Dolph Lundgren. All I see is that scene off The Simpsons. Everybody dance now. Bam.
We work hard. We play hard.
that one dude in front of the fan airs.
Sir, I'm gonna say it right now. I told Aris this. I told Aris this. We travel back in the 90s. That's gonna be me at fucking Dance Central and shit. Like, is that Chris in the background?
First of all, no. Chris. First of all, no. I will make sure that is you on the party machine.
Exactly, party machine.
Look, the best part of that. Look, your favorite part. Bam, bam, that's when you get there like, oh shit.
It's like my man in the back getting it, man.
Well, and I'll make sure it's on the last episode because that's the last episode when it gets canceled. And if anyone who's been watching Loki, when you show up in the middle of the apocalypse, it doesn't matter what you do.
All of a sudden we get back to 2021. I'm like, hey guys, I was on fucking Party Central. How the fuck were you? You were in middle school. Ha ha! Look at this shit.
Why the hell does Chris?
I grabbed the tape at the end of this. I grabbed the tape out of the camera at the end of the shooting.
It's just though. I just think it would be wild as shit because Chris would make it so obvious that he doesn't belong there because there'd be an obvious android in his hand. Hey, yo, you won't believe where I'm at. Here's me, and the timeline breaks.
First of all, that wouldn't even work because the satellites went around at the time.
No. That's when you be like, here's yours. Who the fuck was you even talking to?
I don't know.
Here's Chris. I had a signal. Ow!
It's like, sir, I was high on coke. All right, I thought I was talking to somebody.
Nigga was calling to 911.
I'm like, everything was analog back then. The word digital didn't exist.
Speaking of which, can you imagine if you watch this movie high and you get to the part where fucking Roy and Helen get sucked into the satellite dish and shit, just like, yeah.
I was watching this.
See, first of all, when you knew that when Roy said that, it's a great system. It comes with 600 channels. Exactly how many 600?
No. Remember, Spike said that. Think about it. Look at it. 666 channels of the most awesome things.
666.
When he said that, I was like, yo, for real. You know what's kind of funny? They don't really use the number 666 as much as you thought they would in this movie. They probably only mentioned it twice.
Are you kidding me? When I saw it in front of that train that was gonna hit Helen, that was hilarious. Yeah. It put 666 right in the front.
Quite a few times. Never mind.
It's mostly visual.
Thank you.
But when they get sucked in, the first place they get sucked into was the
game show.
The game show.
Win.
You can't win.
It's kind of funny because right even before that, Roy kind of knew something right because the first thing he saw was 3 men and a baby. Good night,
Rosemary's Baby.
3 men and Rosemary's
Baby. 3 men and Rosemary.
And you're like, okay. And you see some woman like, oh my God, my husband died. Yeah, look behind you. Is that a camera? Oh my God, this is sadistic home videos. Dude. Here's me. Ha!
Dude.
You too.
No, D, it's not YouTube. See, here's me being the dark motherfucker. Like, oh man, so you guys really played a crazy trick on me. So my husband, like, he's okay, right? No, your husband's actually dead. We just wanted to put the cameras up and just be dicks to you.
Zap!
Me, a distinguished gentleman, be like, yes, early Jamie Kennedy experiment.
Oh my god, yeah. When I saw,
I'm like, bro, this was punked Jamie Kennedy experiment, YouTube pranking videos.
No. Look over there. It was a prank, bro. It was a prank, bro. Now the next scene, we're gonna go to a black family and say that their father was raped maliciously in jail by a bunch of Klansmen. Did that happen?
No,
Let's find out. Like what?
By a bunch of skinheads. Film at 11.
Happens.
Film at 11.
Nah, but what had it funny was the game show. They did the typical, again, another tropey thing. The night of you guys' anniversary, did Roy A, his car break down? B, did he watch the game? Or what was the other one?
It was A, his car really broke down. C, he was trying his best to get to you. And or finally C, he was watching the game. And she's like, of course, the car broke down.
I told you my car broke down.
That happened. And she was like, you were watching the game? That's right. He was watching the World Series.
So let me say this. This is where Spike messed up.
Divorce.
No. Divorce. Yes, divorce, D, but no. In terms of the game show, like if you really wanted to pull this off and make sure that they didn't survive, what you should have done was what both The Simpsons and Saturday Night Live would do years later. You put the Americans inside of a Japanese game show where nobody speaks English.
Who pooped last?
Stop, Chris.
$1 million?
No. I'm talking about the one with Mike Myers and Chris Farley.
Actually, taking a step
forward. Like I
said,
that was first. Then the Simpsons.
The shit from fucking regular show.
Oh yeah, I like the second time they did it. They had that fake Steve Harvey dude where it was all Starlet and Muscle Man. It's like, wait a minute, I thought this was something else. Shut up, this is a different show.
Surprised nobody ever brings it up on Steve Harvey memes. I'm like, regular show did Steve Harvey, and nobody talks about that.
My god, man!
This is now. You can move on to the next round if you can answer one question about Japan. Is the answer Japan? Yes, it is.
This one was funny though. When it was like, if Roy and Helen, are you seeing somebody else? Is it Roy seeing somebody else? Is it Helen seeing somebody else? Or is it Roy and Helen seeing somebody else? I got it. It's Roy and Helen. You're correct. And I was like,
here's me. There's a stranger in my house, and I'm trying to figure out there's no way you can be me.
No.
Because he wouldn't treat me like this.
Now, the next one they go to.
I'm sorry.
See,
it's a good.
I love that song. Hey, D, listen. As a great woman said it best. Love should have brought your ass home.
So the next one they go to is.
Hold on. Eris and another girl would say, another girl would say, her name is Nikki, and she's from New York. She would say, this fake ass made sure that nigga then came home. I hate how much like, bitch, we don't want your niggas will give up a life for a fake ass. Yes, I'm sorry. You won with that, Nicole. I'm sorry. Because how you got me on that.
So because this movie, we're going 90s here. The next show that they pop in on is Northern Overexposure, which Northern Exposure was the most CBS show of CBS shows.
What happens when a California doctor goes up north to Canada? Shenanigans.
White women, Native Americans, yay!
Canadian things, and we're American. That's not right.
Hold up. Quirky California white guy.
Yeah.
That's not how you sit on a chair.
Oh, come on. This is the Yukon, more like the boring.
I'm sorry. There are certain white shows as a kid that came out in the 90s that I still like. Twin Peaks is whatever. It's a show that you caught because it was some weird shit in it and it knew it was weird. Northern Exposure was one of those shows like this shit would never work today because that is the most quirkiest of white shows that will get
white today. Fucking white.
Because if it was today, it'd be like, yeah, that got 2 seasons on Netflix and it's done. That shit got like 4 or 5 seasons.
That's why I get so mad. That's why I get so mad when we be inside one of our other groups when Sam and them be putting up different shows. That's why I be getting mad. I'm sorry, Felicity, The Revenge. Why are we still doing these white shows, man?
That's why I'm surprised. Like, look, we're talking about it now. All of a sudden,
how are we getting all these remakes? And I'm saying this for somebody. I'm saying this for somebody else, Chris. I'm saying this for somebody else, real quick. Mm-hmm. How are we getting all these remakes and yet Serenity?
me, I'm sitting there looking. Nothing. I swear to God, it's Twin Peaks got a revival. Paramount Plus is going to announce Northern Exposure is getting a revival, and I'm going to be like, you son of a bitch.
But this time it's reversed. What happens when an Inuit girl goes down to California? Let's just put it this way. She's going to be the only brown person in this.
No, sir. You got to say Texas. Got to keep it conventional.
Texas. Here. No, we got to keep it real because we ain't trying to spend a whole lot of money. What happens when an Inuit girl goes all the way down to New Orleans because that's the cheapest place to live?
Not just any part. Like, wait, hey Chris, not just any part of Texas, El Paso.
Bruh. The El Paso is literally that's on some Breaking Bad shit where it's like that's the only thing popping where it's like meth and that's it.
Nah, she need to go there.
Meth of the Southern
Exposure. Right now, she needs to be on a borderline town of Mexico and United States, and she's trying to patch up a white supremacist that just killed a Mexican
But when they said Northern Overexposure, they find Eugene Levy digging like I'm trying to find the screen and stuff because Spike sent them there for giving them shit for the fucking Libyan chick from escaping. He was like, well, "You trying to blame me? All right, guy.
He called it
teach you a lesson."
He called it field work.
Yeah, field work. Even though Eugene Levy was like, but I'm an office guy. Oh, that's too bad. Bam. Put him in the TV, and I was like,
yeah. Thank you for saying. No, it's
now,
sound effect right.
Now,
how else are we going to hear the flips of you whooshing?
Now, we find out through Eugene Levy is that since they already in hell, they're dead because the running joke with Eugene Levy is he loses appendages and he loses a finger.
First he lost. Remember, he lost he's literally Ed from Full Metal Alchemist.
He lost a leg.
He lost an arm. No, he lost his arm and leg, and then an additional finger.
Yeah. This motherfucker then says, "Oh man, the cold's not good for a stiff like me." Dude, the heat is not good for you. What are you talking about? You're a dead body. I don't think nothing is going to work for you.
So at this point, they just, as Eugene Levy is getting like fucked up by the wolves, they decide to push the. I
like how that wolf when he opened the door. He's like, "It's all clear." He took one step out. That one wolf came down, elbow dropped him. Like, yeah, nigga, that was real.
So they push the shack
no. Wait. I'm sorry, Chris. Son, that wolf literally was on the roof and said, "Gang, gang," jumped on his.
That's what he said. No, this is what happened. We're like, "Hey, y'all, shut the fuck up. Move out the way. Move it back so he can't see you." Hold up. What is it?
No, that wolf said gang gang and got the drop on his ass. Now again, shout outs to Eugene for saying, "Look, I'm dead. Save your wife."
Here's Roy. Oh yeah, I forgot. I fucked that thing. Okay.
So he's pushing the shack towards the hole, and they dig out the thing enough for them to dive in, and obviously they did the whole he's not fat, but clearly he's too big to get inside the hole, so he has to kind of get the thing.
Yeah, I still question how that whole shack got on fire, but whatever.
No, they knocked over the
random lantern.
Yeah,
that just catches it on fire.
That's what I'm saying. Like, what would it be? You know what? Fuck it.
No, D, you know how this goes. Samuel L. Jackson said it best in The Hateful Eight. Well, the whole place was made out of kindling, so I burned it down.
Yeah, good point. You're gonna make see. This is the third time you mentioned Hateful Eight. I might want to watch that fucking movie after this.
No, I don't. I don't.
Certain scenes, not the whole thing.
Why, D? One main reason. Channing Tatum showed up and charmed black women with his fake Remy LeBeau accent, and then he killed the black. It's like this, and then he killed a black woman after the one black girl said she had a nice big ass. So I'm kind of mad.
Like I guarantee.
I'm sorry. Who wrote that movie again? Who? Oh, yeah. Cool. Tarantino still likes black people, right? Because I can barely tell half the time. Come on, D. He made because niggas will say this. He made Django, nigga. Come on, Samuel Jackson in every movie. It's like,
nah, you already know.
Those are not good excuses.
No, dude, the excuses is Django and Jackie Brown.
Yeah. Jackie Brown, yeah, that was Chris. Chris was the Jackie Brown. Come on, D. Jackie Brown, man. You mean to tell me he fetishized Pan Grill? I don't know where you saw that at, D.
He likes black people and dirty feet for some reason. I don't know.
Yo, to me, Tarantino is like Michael Rappaport if he knew. No, he's like Michael Rappaport.
He knows his lane, though.
No, that's what I'm saying. He's Michael Rappaport. If Michael Rappaport, instead of saying nigger all the time, he just wrote the word nigger.
No, not just that. not just that. Listen, Tarantino is like Michael Rappaport, but you can stand to listen to him talk for more than 5 minutes before you want to kill yourself.
Because he's not trying. Because unlike Michael Rappaport, Quentin Tarantino, he just loves black people a lot, but he respects black people enough not to try to like co-opt the shit and stuff. Michael Rappaport just co-ops shit and be like blatant with stuff.
I grew up around Brooklyn. I grew up around black people. I had a house.
Quentin Tarantino's a white guy. Quentin Tarantino's a white guy that wears a fucking Coogie sweater, and it's like, yeah, I like these Coogie sweaters. They're pretty awesome. It's pretty great.
But
check it out. So
that's a white boy that.
Yo, they dropped into a Chuck Jones cartoon, dog.
No, it wasn't just Chuck Jones. It was a combination cartoon. It was, again, like you said, like the animation style was definitely like Chuck Jones, but there was some Looney Tunes aspect to it.
I mean, WB did distribute this movie.
Yeah, so we got some of that. We got Chuck Jones, we got Looney Tunes mixed together. It was literally Tom and Jerry meets Looney Tunes.
I gotta be honest with you. I would love to see more of that, to be honest.
Me too. I really wanted to see that.
I remember that being a selling point. That was a selling point in this movie that they went into the whole animation part. And I remember a lot of kids our age, of course, we like, oh man. That's what a lot of us remember.
Because it felt so seamless, because it felt like they actually structured it like a regular Tom and Jerry cartoon instead of trying to characterize the Tom and Jerry. It was like, no, we're going to play it up all the way to him mailing an Acme fucking letter and bringing in a robotic dog. I was like,
but then again,
that was perfect.
That played into what he wanted to do, where he was like, come on, I watched television long enough to know how this works.
Not just television, I watched cartoons enough. It was a full-grown adult that said, I watched enough cartoons to know how this works.
Meanwhile, the son is like, look, it's mom and dad and the TV. And I like how the daughter's like, yeah, you're high on crack, sir. I'm going back outside.
Look, me and my girlfriends, we're going to be doing nebulous cheering for a high school that you know nothing about or care anything about. Let's go, team.
That the movie doesn't establish.
And a 4 and a 5, 6, 7, 8.
We're doing cheering. Like, D, we're doing cheering for a school that the movie never established what school we go to.
Middle America Junior High School.
I'm going to guess this is California.
It's Seattle.
Seattle. Seattle. Duh.
Yeah.
Duh.
I couldn't tell from the stage that the house was clearly on that they were at.
It was great, though, because the son, again, dude, first of all, white kid named Daryl. Points. Second,
not the anagram Daryl. D.A.Y. It
was like Daryl with 2 R's. Daryl with two R's. But no, hold on. Beside that, it's the fact that he told his sister, he says, look, whatever you do, don't go in the backyard. There's something going on. Just don't go out there.
The sinisterness of the satellite dish to be like.
I did like how the satellite was going like was being half sentient and shit.
And I like how the brother was just like, all right, I'm gonna get these chicks out of here. Wet t-shirt contest.
Yep.
It's like, oh my God, your brother's so crazy.
My man pulled out the blicky.
And then runs in the house and it's like, don't go. So as this is happening, Helen manages to get out, and the cat padlocks the fucking hole, and that's when he bring the dog in, and it destroys the house. And again, it did the Looney Tunes thing where he's trying to pull it, falls down, and all of a sudden the thing just
it says, and then he said before that happened, he nailed the mouse hole because his wife went through the mouse hole, and right before he went through it, the cat nailed it down, and then said Eris's favorite line in this whole movie.
Wow, this is one clever pussy.
Aha!
Just seeing that moment, I said, you know what? Could they even do that today? Could they even say that today?
Yeah, they could. Yeah, they could.
No. What was the rating on this movie?
PG-13. Well, PG actually. PG.
It was PG.
It was PG.
Yeah.
I guess.
Remember, this is context. This is 92 PG.
I know. That's what I'm saying. Could they? Could they do that today?
Okay.
I'm gonna say no.
This is why I question all of this, guys. The filming locations of this movie: British Columbia, Vancouver, Tucson, Arizona, Britannia Beach, Britannia Beach in British Columbia, Florence, Arizona, another residence in Tucson, Arizona, and another residence in Vancouver.
So this shit wasn't even in Washington.
This is a Canadian movie, and I'm thinking of because when I looked at all the exterior shots when they were riding down the street, I'm like, California? That's why I thought it was California. Really, it was fucking Arizona.
I mean, but the thing of it is too, what had to roll this, so he managed to escape and he lands in fucking Wayne's World. That was zombie Wayne's World. And it's funny because
Wayne's World.
But the funniest joke to me, and I still laughed. I laughed my ass off as a kid, but I chuckled now. He was like, zoom in on the camera. Whoa, bam!
Extreme close up. Bam. Red Hot Poker extreme close up.
Red Hot Poker had me in tears. He's like, Red Hot Poker. He's like, ah.
I like how he juked to the left. He juked to the left of the poker, like burned the rope so he could escape.
Personally, I like on his shirt, Sphincter Boy. I personally like that.
That was great.
I thought that was a good one.
Just seeing that scene, I go, huh? So how long? No, better yet, how long did y'all wait after Wayne's World came out to do this?
All right, 92.
It was around the same time. I think it was.
It had to be around that same time because you got to remember it got all of its. Remember, it got all of its press from Saturday Night Live. First,
I was gonna say, or did they just base it off of just TV shows?
TV show in the first movie, I think. Yeah. Probably the first movie to a degree.
Probably the first movie, yeah. You gotta think the popularity of it all. You know what I mean?
So after he leaves there, he lands in one of those pulp 1960s film noir things and stuff. And it basically kind of is a callback to the beginning of the movie where he was watching those like film noir. He's like, oh, I'm in the film noir. Okay. And
now, I loved it because when he was talking, like, wait a minute, I hear myself in narration. All right. I said this a million times. He could have put on a holster.
He could put the holster on.
He put the gun in his pants and slipped right through it.
No, D. The best part was, first of all, he couldn't get the holster on. Then he took the gun out of the holster. He's like, I gotta find Helen. Then he's like, I gotta find Helen. Like, I gotta find a way out of here. Gotta find out how I get this thing to work. And he said, I gotta figure out how to get this gun to work.
And like he slipped through his pants, hit the floor, pow!
His assistant he's like, sir, it's like you dropped your gun again. I know.
Now, Chris, that is what you're talking about. That is what John Ritter was really good at. He can act crap out. He can be very comedic because all of that even though it was all narrated and he was doing all that, he was doing it's like it's hard to really describe. But John Ritter knows how to do comedy. Yeah. He knows how to do comedy. And we saw with Carrie Elways in 2 movies this month. He knows how to play. Charlie Sheen's was probably the best thing because they gave him nothing but wacky shit to say. And he's like, remember, my name is Fluffy Bunny Feet. Say it with a straight face. That takes a little bit of skill to me.
So like they get to the club.
That's why people like. I'm sorry to cut you off. But that's why people like Will Ferrell. Will Ferrell, he does everything with a straight look. Like it will be the dumbest thing to come out of his mouth, but he'll have a look. I don't know what you're talking about,
bruh. Like that is exactly why Talladega Nights is so fucking hilarious. Because when he sits there, when he says it with a straight face, when he mentions Highlander and he says it with a straight face, like yeah, the greatest movie ever, Highlander.
Like the real charm of it is his whole character that he's still doing to this day, Ron Burgundy. That is probably the best example of it.
I don't believe you.
Like the whole like even the second movie, as we both know, it's terrible, but it's fucking hilarious. It's terrible though. Even in that one, he was still doing straight up, the straight up. I'm oblivious to the stupid thing I said. What do you mean? He does that very well.
My favorite Will Ferrell will always be the spoof of him being the architect from The Matrix,
bruh.
But all right. Here's the difference I will say though with Will Ferrell. Will Ferrell, he was, sketch comedy, improv. That's where he came from. John Ritter looked like he was trying to be an actor. You know what I mean?
That's where he started as an actor, and then he did Three's Company, and he did these kind of shows where Three's Company he was bouncing off of Suzanne Summers and the other chick,
and Diane Weiss.
Diane Weiss.
Was it Diane Weiss? No, it was somebody else.
Somebody else, but he was bouncing off all these like other people and stuff, and these other personalities in the show, to where he didn't have to do a lot of physical comedy. He just played the straight man and had like comedic moments.
Joyce DeWitt, my bad, Joyce DeWitt.
Yeah, Joyce DeWitt. He was playing off all those people and stuff, so it worked in those instances, and it's never asking him to really be the main comedic guy and stuff. Mm-hmm. But he was always an actor first. Even in Problem Child, he does the same thing he does in this movie, where it's just like he's bouncing off this kid doing crazy stuff, and you get reactions to it.
More like I said, you're just bouncing off the story. You're bouncing off the wackiness that's set up for you. Good example. I don't think he's funny, but if you look at Bob's Burgers, Bob's hilarious because the situation that he's in. It's like no, and he's just caught in that situation and it becomes funny. Same thing with Hank Hill. Hank is not funny. Hill is not. Come on, guys, we got to do this, and then something stupid. This is why I'm always caught in this god dang and and all that crap. Like, god damn it, Bill, I'm gonna kick your ass. It's a lot of different ways to be funny. You don't have to be straight up like hilarious. You know what I mean? So what happens, there's different ways about it.
So what ends up happening is later on, they get to the club. We find out that the other person that Spike brought into the TV, his wife previously got killed by bootleg Godzilla.
Yeah, as I like to call Gorilla.
As he says, I left my wife 4 channels ago. All right.
No. First of all, that wasn't Godzilla.
That was Illa.
No, it was Zilla. It was Zilla.
Sir, that was
that sounds good and non-copyrightable. I like that.
3 Black Geeks presents Zillow.
Oh my God! Move out the way! All the citizens of Japanese are going to die.
First of all, it's not no. First of all, it's not even Japanese. Just to show you how bootleg it is, it's South Korea.
All the people of Japan City will die.
No, sir. Because I'm an asshole. We get Kim Jong-il's son the front the money, and it's actually North Korea that does it.
Boy, no, it'll be dope for one reason.
No. It'll work. Do you want to know why? Because Chris is tall enough to be passed off as Dennis Rodman, so he can get us in.
Well, it's got to say it's an honor. When did you get so light-skinned? We're trying to say black people. See, black people, we change up speeds, we change up sizes because that's how we all different.
No, wait. He doesn't even have to do all that. See, he can pull the Tyrese from Fast Five. What? Nah, that's a tan.
If anything, I need Eris to do his I need his art skills to draw some like shitty tattoos on me and shit.
I'm gonna like one of them because it's going to be clearly like a really shitty Calvin peeing on like I don't know, like a Chevy symbol.
Have him fucking do Old Boy from Samurai Showdown just because, like, Dennis Rodman doesn't have that. Doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
Even appearances.
No, here's the best part about all of that. Eris, you're going to have to be in the movie because I'm going to be the old general. We can't do nothing. What can we do? Here comes Eris with an eye patch. I think I know what to do. Eris,
Eris I gotta be Dr. Sirazawa.
Eris is like flying on a pterodactyl on a really, really shitty green screen. All right, I have the hydrogen bomb, but I'm going down with it. And you grab the bomb and you go down with it.
Hold on, you call it the hydrogen bomb. You're right, because it ain't the oxygen bomb, it's the hydrogen bomb.
It's the oxy bomb. The oxy bomb.
Nigga, OxyClean will sue us.
Oh God!
But anyways,
look, we got this cease and desist from S.C. Johnson Wax. What the hell's going on here?
Well, somehow Toei sued us. I don't know how. We didn't even use anything.
I don't know what you talking about. I don't know, like, how did Toei get us, man? You think it'd be Toho? Toho was like, nah, y'all good.
Toei just gets in there like, man. Toei just been like, there's some tokusatsu shit in this. I don't know how, but it's some tokusatsu shit.
First of all, Toho.
I like that. I know y'all.
I like that too. First of all, Toho loved it. Toei hated it.
That's why
Toei mad. They tight like I don't know what. No, you know how they look. This is how bad they are. We're actually seeing lawyers like, woo. They're like live people here. Woo.
Dude, they came to my front door in Waldorf. God damn.
He's like, woo, Chris, what did you do? Like, D, you directed it. I don't know what you're talking about. What did you do?
And the sad part is, like, they'll send in lawyers over that don't speak a lick of English, so y'all just pushing me in front of them.
Actually, no, scratch that. They come to my fucking job. They don't even come to both of y'all jobs. They come to my fucking job. In suits. No badge, just vibes.
Suing the hell out of you. Man, I got to, like, hey, Chris, what's wrong with you? Man, Toei showed up.
5 of his lawyers just showed up when I was fucking leaving my job.
Look, we was all good. Look, we was fine. And I know Chris. He's going to be harping on this. No, Eris had to wear that Dragon Ball shirt to the set. That wasn't even on camera. He wasn't even. Look, Chris keeps bringing it up. We're like, he wasn't on camera.
No, you know what it is? You know what it is? Know what it is? It was on camera, but it was like the corner of like Krillin's head that just shows up and shit.
You just saw like one dot.
That's how they got us. It's like, really? One dot? One fucking dot?
I would have said this. Listen, guys. There's a way we can get out of this. I said, but it all falls on one situation. Chris, did you apologize and bow?
Did you bow?
Nah, fuck you. I didn't apologize for shit.
I'm like, see, this is why we're in the situation that we in. Because they would have listen, let me tell you something. I'm speaking from experience. They would have let it all go, if you'd have just apologized.
You know what the best part about this is? The really best part about all of this, Chris, is the really best part about all of this. I don't care how good of a lawyer we think we got. When they see that little bald head and the dot has got us, here's our lawyer. I gotta say, fellas, they got us clear the rights. We gotta stop this. Y'all gonna have to settle.
No, and here's me still arguing. All you had to do was apologize.
Eris is choking me out. I'm not gonna apologize.
I'm not gonna do it. Here's me. So, like, do one of us gotta go to jail? Because
what had me rolling was funny. Oh boy was funny. Like, yeah, my wife was gone 4 channels ago, man. We could hook up and stuff. And I like how somehow in this show he was like, hey, I'm about to shoot up your fucking club and kill you. And he's like, all right.
I love it because he straight up says a plan that could work. Like, look what I got. I got a remote. Yeah, I took this with me when I came in the motherfucker.
Stuff gets too hot. Change the channel.
I'm out. And I gotta say, that's a good plan.
Not only is that a good plan. Hold on. Not only is that a good plan, D, check this out. You want to know why that's such a good plan? And I can't believe I'm about to make this movie connection. Because your boy had that same idea with the watch from They Live.
Yeah.
Shit got too hot?
Yeah.
Later, boys.
Click. I think we don't. He was gone, wasn't he?
He was gone.
He probably teleported to the East Coast and shit. He was fuck this shit.
My man dipped out of the movie, period.
Motherfucker was in DC drunk, and then as soon as he fucking destroyed the satellite, he was just like, oh shit, who the fuck are you?
Nah, to me, that's a nigga that got stuck in Boston. Or when the satellite blew up, he like reappeared over the Atlantic and fell right in it.
Got fucking sharks circling him because it's the 80s. Obviously, you need sharks circling you and stuff. Jaws. It's like, oh shit. But anyway, so as they change the channel, they end up popping up in the was it the French Revolution? Basically,
that was funny.
So what happened was at this point, it's down to the wire. They got like 2 hours left.
It's like I was about to say it's like 3 hours left. At this
so point. They find Eugene Levy. He's basically got one leg, one arm, and holding himself up with a stick. And he's like, "Hey, you guys got 2 hours. All you gotta do is lay low. Hey, what's going on, Mr. Policeman? Yeah, down with the revolution. Yeah,
it's a nice day for a beheading, huh?
Yay!
Like I said, what I love about it is that Eugene goes full Jewish with it. When you're like, "Hey, yeah, it's nice beheading, isn't it?" Yeah. All you gotta do is just stay the fuck low.
I like how he was like, I like how they get to the cafe. He's like, oh shit, cops. Let's get inside the cafe. Yeah, let's get in there. Yeah.
I'm gonna say, listen, I'm gonna find the door. I'm gonna find the exit for us. All right. So just sit somewhere and lay low.
Chill.
This is gonna work. Trust me.
I like how the cops get in there, and one of the bartender's like, "You don't understand. It's not what you think it is." He's like, "Yes, I know exactly. It's not what I think it is. Shut up."
First of all, I want to say shout outs to to the RC Cola John Ritter in that scene. Because I swear he had his face. He definitely had his face. Like I looked at him, I was like, "Is that Jean Reno?"
No, his name was Pierre. His name was Pierre LaFrench.
Pierre LaFrench.
Frenchy French McFrench. French fries.
No, it was Pierre Saint Paris.
French toast.
French toast.
Oh my god!
So at this point, that's when it does again another 90s trope that they did beyond the Crocodile Dundee. I touch your dick. Take the wig off. It's a man. Like okay, sure.
Classic, Chris, in classic John Ritter fashion. Why don't you just keep that? You wanted a lock. Just keep the whole thing.
Just keep the whole thing. Just keep.
Why is he dressed like a woman?
I do it sometimes.
Yo, he said that with the face like, progressive?
Sure. This is what some American loving person did in the movie theaters in 1991. It's because you're French and we're American. Yeah, we're not gay. Yeah.
Every once in a while, I've served to remind people that at one point there were individual men out here that actually got up, got dressed, and went to a movie theater to watch porn and jerk off.
Yeah.
And it was not considered homosexual at all.
Well, until Pee Wee Herman did, and it's like, ew, Pee Wee Herman jerked his dick in the fucking theater.
He did it, somehow got caught.
My question is this: how bad was it at home?
The person that caught him.
How bad was it at home?
Mid-stroke, and he's just like,
I want to
know. You Paul Rubens? I don't know.
Like, who put him in the act?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Here's the crazy part. If you want to call it cancel culture, he was Teflon after that because
yes, he was.
You would have thought that would have killed his career. Oh,
nah,
that just raised his stock
nigga
up.
shows up. This nigga shows up 4 months later. This is crack.
Crack kills.
And then he shows up again. Then he shows up again.
You know else kills kids? No else kids? You want to know what else kills? I tell you, a bunch of security guards walking up on you in a movie theater. Dude, I wasn't even done yet, man. Come on, bro.
He shows up in Blow and got a second.
That's what I was going to say. He shows up years later in Blow.
Like, it's amazing how Teflon it was. Any other person, their career is done. If that was Travolta jerking off in the theater, he's done.
No, Chris, one of the what I was going to say, one of the things was, I liked in that scene when they get arrested and he's getting carried away. He said, "I told you it wasn't who you think it is. I knew that. I would have given you chocolates."
His chocolate Coburg or something? Or was it actually
no, he legit probably was just going to give him straight up
chocolates. He was very distraught, you know? It's just like...
I have to say, I felt that man's pain.
You know? Also, he clearly did not know that was not a real woman because, you know, that hairy-ass fucking John Ritter chest. I mean, how did he not do that?
Well, it was kind of dark in that pub. Just keep it in the stack.
Well, despite everything that went
shadows
down,
can look like a lot of shit, okay?
Well, despite everything that went down, you're thinking to yourself, well, they're dead because John's about to get his head chomped off. But luckily, his son, through the power of Deus Ex and this motherfucker.
Don't touch my freaking radio. I need that. We can go to Radio Shack and get that for $10.
He's like, I need the parts.
I can use the radio. How do you use the radio? First off, the power of Radio Shack. Second of all, this is an early 90s movie, and I'm wearing glasses.
And we got parts in the basement. And we got parts in the basement, so we can use those computer parts.
It wasn't even that. When he went through all of that Coyote Roadrunner bullshit.
Wow, and cycling all the neighbor's power too on top of that.
No, that was when he went for the neighbor's power after he realized, there's no interference. It's not strong enough. I need more juice. Go across the street.
Zapped up half the goddamn neighborhood.
This man went over and sapped the freaking meter from for the next door neighbor's house. I'm like, son, they Pepco bill is gonna be stupid.
I am the voice of God. Release him.
Why does God sound like a 10-year-old kid that's about to go into puberty? Your mom's about to go into puberty.
Your mom's about to go.
Well, he calls the fucking dude a butthead, and everybody was like, all right, let him go. He called me a butthead. I don't know how to feel about that.
Also, are we French or are we English? Because we are speaking on, what language?
I like how Roy sat there when he got arrested. I'm not even from France. What am I doing?
I'm not even from this country. Why am I here?
White man humor. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
But then
that sounded like a clip you were playing right before the commercial goes off. I'm not even from this country. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
No.
The ABC Sunday Night Movie. Stay tuned.
And if this was
$1 million movie,
hold on. If this was today, like, I'm not even from here. Stay tuned. Stay tuned.
It would be a free frame. Stay tuned.
It'd
be the Full Metal Alchemist style.
I love how network television during the daytime, you can tell they give no shits because they still to this day are doing that shit. Stay tuned.
Nigga, they do that shit.
Stay tuned.
Bruh, I turned on randomly to Bold and the Beautiful. Bold and the Beautiful. We'll be right back. Freeze frame. Bold and the Beautiful is back. And I'm like,
no, I'm doing.
It's 2021, right? Like, you're still doing this in 2021.
No,
all right, whatever.
No, see, Chris.
The way I
was doing it was the Full Metal Alchemist style. Was right when he says it. It just shows John Ritter in like full distress. When it says "Stay tuned,"
and then when he comes back, it's fucking Spike, just all looking happy, like.
No, the second picture is Spike all happy saying "Stay tuned," and John Ritter is already on the guillotine. He went from being all confused and John Ritter-ish to being John Ritter on the freaking guillotine.
The other picture would be Helen and Roy in the beginning of the movie where they're like, stay tuned, we'll be right back.
And they come back as the kid. Which, by the way, when they were in the Chuck Jones cartoon, I like how Helen was like, I can't wait to get back to the kids. And it was the rat version of the kids and shit.
That was funny.
That was a good joke. That was a real good joke.
Son looked just as dorky as our fucking rat with glasses.
Nah. Here's the thing. Like, why are you looking at me? I'm just saying you're kind of sexy as a mouse. Here's me. Hey, John, it's already bad enough that our generation started furries. Stop it. Stop it.
That shit would not play right now. It really wouldn't.
Yeah, because
I can already see.
There's a bunch of Gen X teenagers like, you mean I could draw a pussy on it?
I can already see if this came, like if that shit came out today, like if there was already if this shit came out today, I could see the cosplay community having a field day of cosplaying as Helen as a mouse.
Oh my god,
it's not enough.
I would get so pissed off at all these girls named Keisha that do the black version of that, and we're obligated. Yes, everybody, you know that black content makers, we're obligated to kiss your ass all y'all basic.
Oh, you already know. You already know what the motivation would have been behind that was. Them freaking no. The motivation would have been the freaking high heel sneakers that she was rocking.
The ironic part about that is that Robot Chicken fucked it up when they did the Care Bears. He's like, how does a lion be a bee at the same time? Well, you see, a lion fucked a bee. I was like, bro, y'all just went for it, and it's fucking hilarious. And he was like, yeah, we got a lion bee. All right. But nah, so they released some of this stuff.
And right now, Chris, you're making me think of the Nintendo 69 joke now. Oh, Nintendo, what you doing, Nintendo 60? Oh, Nintendo, what you doing, Nintendo? Oh, Nintendo.
That's every Nintendo fan, every E3.
I just died laughing. It caught me so off guard. Oh, Nintendo, what you doing to me? And if you look at it, the Nintendo head draws on.
Side note, because every once in a while I love when Black Twitter makes a joke. They did the inverse opposite of when your lady slides your Nike shorts off of you and it goes from Let me be clear. Folks underestimate that women will do some shit like that to a guy. They will. So it's funny enough that the women are embracing those jokes so much. They're like, yeah, we about to fucking slut out you men. And I'm like, oh, they'll do it.
I'm not fighting it.
Just get a bunch of mimosas in them. Boom, it's game over. It's done.
Man, I don't know why y'all out here trying to promote their rape.
sir. I for one.
These no, you know how me and my other boy is. We go on all these like y'all skeezers trying to take the innocence of black men.
Black men everywhere.
Speaking of which, I was about to download the song "I'm a Hoe" and put it, let my kid hear it, right, by Whodini, right? Yeah. I stopped because at the beginning of the song, man, you see all these skeezers, man. There's skeezers over there, man. I love these, man. These skeezers don't know what. Like, okay, my son. Look, if my sons hear this, they're going to be calling little girls skeezers. I can't have that. I cannot have that. I cannot have y'all walking around. I cannot have y'all walking around like y'all was born in 1958. I cannot do that.
Dude, those girls will be looking confused like, skeezer? Is that bad?
That's a cute name. He called me his skeezer. Like, I can't wait. Look, hey, real talk. I can't wait for Zoomers to bring that back. Ooh, I want the Zoomers to do it. I wanted to. Just for shits and giggles.
I like how, so Spike decides he finds a loophole because, black dude is like, looks like you're going to have to release that couple out of hell. And he's pissed off. All of a sudden, Hell's lawyer comes in. Well, technically, you signed both of them, but it's really just the one. So you can release him and you can keep the other one. Aha! I love it. And he kisses her. Oh, I love that you're here. I love it.
No, no, Chris, you're forgetting the best line. You're the ugliest bitch in this room, but you made the greatest point.
So he releases Roy, gets Helen. He comes in there like the fucking tuxedo mask, like with the cape and stuff, and then just saying we're gonna leave.
Nigga said tuxedo mask though, yeah.
No, just that part where he's like, but you didn't do anything.
Nope, I did not.
My work here is done.
My work here is finished.
I like how Eugene Levy tries to hit him with the cane. He's like, yeah, that's cute, and just takes the cane. He's like,
Hey, Spike, how you doing? I really do. I really
ridiculously long ass cape. For no fucking reason.
Really question that long Dracula quick travel cape that he had.
So at this point, I like how Helen calls out Spike like, "Really, train tracks? This is a little tropish, isn't it?" Yeah, but
no,
like,
I like that.
I'm a sucker for big endings.
Yeah,
I like how this gets Helen. No, wait a minute, train tracks. And dynamite. This motherfucker's gonna blow me up.
He's gonna run. He's gonna
run me over and blow me to the sky.
Like your plan is to hit me with a train and blow me up. I'm like, bro, that's just insult to injury. That is
double called.
That That is called.
Yeah, that's a double tap, dog.
That is double tap with a side of overkill.
Dog, so, that is putting out the cigarette and then stepping on it. That's what that is right there.
So at this point, I like how Spike goes from having to tie it up, and he goes to his news channel. He's like, "Oh, Roy, I got your wife over there on channel 1. Cut to channel 1, guys. Roy, you better get your behind in here."
Which, by the way, I love that the remotes in this movie are fast travel.
Yeah, well, that's all they are. Quick clicks.
Previous channel. Bloop.
Previous channel. No flash button.
I want people to understand, when remotes started getting to the point to where you can jump back to the previous channel, that was a game changer.
Oh, yes, it was.
You don't understand. Like, kids now would be like, "Oh, you old people." You don't understand. That was a game changer. All right? Imagine, if you will, you're watching softcore porn, but you don't want your parents to realize it.
Yes!
So, you have MTV on as the previous channel. Oh, shit.
MTV? No, you're safe. First of all, Chris, use the
Mom,
safe.
No!
Chris, first of all, no. Here's what you do. This is what you do. This is how you cover your tracks. You flash back. Listen, you flash back to Cartoon Network, right? And then you quickly change the channel to like the next channel. So that way, if they just happen to grab the remote and hit the previous channel, it goes to the other channel and not skip it. Listen, you got to think on your feet, man.
You know what fucked the game up though? When you got now, see, first off, yeah, that was a game changer, because when you were a kid and you saw PRCH, the hell is or when you saw last, whatever it was on your jump, when you saw last or previous, whatever it was, I could do that. What fucked the game up though was when we went to the next level off of regular cable boxes. When we went to digital, when everything became digital or satellite, when you did the last channel, the box will be on the bottom of you changing the channel. So I know some kids heard their parents come and change the channel. What was on last time? Nah, what was it on? What was it on?
Okay, two things before we continue.
I know kids in the 2000s got murdered on it. They had to, man.
Two things that before we continue. One, I had a Jordan Peele sweat moment because my dumbass, it's 11:30 at night. I'm in the basement. I happen to see a Skinemax thing, and it's 11:30 at night. It's still early in the fucking night, and my folks are up, but I'm downstairs by myself. My dad rolls downstairs, and I quickly turn to MTV. Now, we're watching MTV, right? And he's like, "Let me see the remote." And he hit last. I had a sweat on my face. He cuts back to Cinemax. Fucking Predator 2 is on. I was like, "Oh my God."
That happened to me too. That happened to me. I like how Chris's face is like faded into the Ferris wheel, like he's thinking about better days in his life.
You don't understand. As a kid, my heart was going to sink. Like,
dude, Chris literally Jedi ghosted right there.
I was going to run upstairs when it happened, and then I heard Danny Glover in a Predator sound. I was like, "Oh God, it was Predator."
You're like, "Oh God, it's Predator." Thank you.
That happened to me. Because I totally forgot until they picked up the remote. And I was like, "Oh God, they're going to turn it over there. It's going to be a big brush of white women just swinging her hair back and forth like that." They turned it back. They turned the channel. All of a sudden, the Gary Shandling show.
It went from real sex to the Gary Shandling.
Woo!
Hold
on. Best part about all that, 2 seconds later, like 4 women with big ass titties. Where do we go? Oh, ladies, calm down. Go that way.
Hold on. See, y'all situations were hilarious. I was that dude from Cowboy Bebop.
Oh, so the one who's 90s, no, 2000s.
No. See, no. What I mean by that is, I was one of those kids that was fortunate enough to have 2 VCRs in my room.
Ooh, big boy.
So I just took over, right? I took over like two of the older VCRs. I said, okay, let me see something here. I'm gonna hook them both up to the cable box that I had in my room, and I was like, wait a minute, I can record something on this. Like, I can set it to record something on this. It's gonna record that regardless. And I could use this VCR to play something else. So when I turn the TV on, you're not actually seeing this because it's locked to this specific channel. I was a criminal mastermind at like fucking 14.
Eris. You see it, Pepe Silva. Let me tell you how this works. All right, so you get two VCRs, right? Make sure one is programmed. I know you're telling yourself, well, I have one program. You got a program both. You got to make sure they both right. So.
Now, bear in mind that listen, it wasn't like I just picked it up like off the first time. No, trust me, it was some trial and error shit on my side.
Oh yeah, there was a little like this in there. Let me put it this way: there was a lot of episodes of Dexter's Laboratory and Judge Judy that got cut off real early.
Also, I want kids to understand something too. Early cable, you had to flip between A and B.
Yeah, the box.
The movie channel was channel A, and I remember this. 19A, movie channel. 19B, the box. You had to literally press a button, flip.
You want to know? Now, yep. I did get into a situation. I did get into a little situation where I was watching Spawn, the cartoon. See, I had to Spawn the cartoon. Now, bear in mind, the last channel, it was on like some Skinamax or Beverly Hills Bordello or one of those damn
one cheap.
It was one of those shits. Pick your poison. It was one of those shows. But here's the thing: I flipped back to Spawn, but I knew this episode and I knew that there was no sex in it, so I was good. I just flipped back to it. And I was like, oh yeah, I'm just watching Spawn.
I just watching Spawn, Mom and Dad.
I'm checking. No, see, it would be my dad. Like my dad will come down. He didn't care. He's seeing dudes getting ripped apart by bullets and Spawn's chains. And here's me. I'm like 13, 14. Didn't even bat an eye. He's like, all right, good night, son.
Yo, I'm gonna put it out there.
At that point, I was like, my dad just earned like 10. It was like plus 10 cool points.
Here's the thing. Lucky for you, because my dad always suspected I was jerking off at the wrong time for whatever reason. And so my dad would just say shit like, it's 5 o'clock. I just got home. So you watching one of these nasty ass cartoons? What, Dad? One with all these cussing and the titties and everything. What? I'm watching Jackie Chan Adventures, Dad. Jackie, sure. Look, just making sure. Funniest thing when we got a scramble box. Funniest thing in the world.
God.
My dad will cross my path, knowing I am a 16-year-old, young, dumb, full of cum. He walks past me and say, "That box worked." That's all he said. That's all my pop said. No, I love my dad.
You know at that point, D. If your dad just walked past you and just said, "The good stuff is on channel 98."
Here's me. Now, as a grown man, did my dad whack it off before?
I don't want to even.
He already knew.
There are certain
things jerking before he walked past.
There are certain things I think about, and that's my dad touching himself and my mom touching himself. I don't think about that. I
don't think about it either. But when it crosses your mind, hey, wait a minute. We all got moments of that where we either caught our parents doing some freaky shit or freaky shit just got done with our parents. We don't think about it until it's quiet and your brain goes, "What was that smell in the air? Nigga, you heard? Yeah, I thought."
No, D. You pull the oh God, what's his name? You pull the Uncle Phil where he says, "I'm not gonna punish you now, Will. I'm gonna sleep on it. It's gonna come to me, could be tonight, tomorrow, 3 years, could be years from now." And then this shit was like 3 years later. I got it. Well,
wasn't he like in a monastery or something?
No, he was in his he was reading a book.
He was in his library.
Yeah, he was in his library.
I'm thinking of something else.
He was dressed up like a monk, though.
But that's what I'm saying. You're in a situation like you don't think about it, like what your parents were up to, or how they let that shit slide right past, and then it just snaps. It just comes to you 3 years later. That's what y'all were doing.
But the shit that had me rolling. So Roy goes back in. He goes to the old Western and stuff, right? And again, another trope where he did the good, bad, and the ugly, where he had the remote that blocks the bullet.
You know what? My first time seeing that, Chris, I said, Please tell me he had the bulletproof vest. He had like a piece of metal or something over it. Like, please tell me he did that. It was the remote. I laughed harder at that scene than I should.
I kind of pulled the Biff Tannen bulletproof vest, baby.
My man said, You missed, Spike. Ice.
Yo, and then so at this point, they're fighting over the remote at one point because he manages to get it out and they change the channel. And that's when Spike tells him, "Yeah, you can change the channel, but yeah, I'm gonna be there."
I go.
And he pops up on Star Trek Next Generation. And
that was hilarious, dude. Did they actually get the cast from?
No. It was
those were good. Those were good makeup effects, man.
They were.
So the thing drops and he plays like a fake me out Klingon on the screen and stuff. He's like, yeah, set phasers to. What is it? Set phasers to was it kill or something like that?
No, it wasn't even kill. I think it was like set phasers to
disintegrate or
I think it was torture.
Yeah, torture.
Yeah, torture. Yeah,
and all of a sudden, Data turns into Jeffrey Jones. Worf turns into Jeffrey Jones and stuff, and he's crawling on the ground. He's like, okay, change the channel. Boom, he's a fucking crash test dummy. Which, hey guys, you want to know what's indicative of the 90s? Crash test dummies. They had a fucking cartoon.
Yeah,
they had a goddamn cartoon and toy line.
Chris, there was a cartoon, a toy line, video games. I actually own the Game Boy version, and I fought like hell to finish it.
We really just gave toys to mediocre ass shit. The Noid, Pepsi Man, Crash Test Dummies, because reasons.
I mean, the fact that they had a cartoon,
the
McGruff the dog,
the 7-Up dots.
Yeah, the 7-Up, dude, cool spot. First of all, you're gonna put some respect. No, you're gonna put some respect on Cool Spot's name because that game was the shit on.
That Genesis. Game was nothing but drink 7-Up.
Yes, it was.
The Kool-Aid Man, and all of the cereal mascots were at their finest in the 80s and 90s.
California
and yes, D, the cartoon lips from drinking Tang.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, and also California Raisins, but them brothers could sing.
Hey, California Raisins was the shit. Fuck out of my face.
Motherfuckers could sing. In fact, I'm surprised Barry Gordy didn't sign them a Motown. I'm just saying. I'm surprised.
The fact that we got two versions of Heard It Through the Grapevine was bomb.
Hey,
the original MJ cut, and both of them shits was hot.
Dude, Kid Me was fucking jamming out to that shit. I'm like, yo, I want the fucking LP for this shit. I know the original band does it, but I want the LP because it's the California Raisins.
You wonder how I knew? Oh shit!
I heard it through the grapevine.
They made Michael Jackson a little stop motion raisin. This shit awesome.
Awesome. Now, so he goes from that to the Crash Test Dummies. Then he goes from there to the hockey game and stuff, which was fucking hilarious and stuff.
I like how the blue team was Hope,
Faith, Charity.
He leaves from there.
Wait. My favorite part: the referees were fighting out of everybody on that.
Referees, they're going. They like straightening, unhooking each other.
Out of everybody on the ice, it was the referees that were fighting each other. That was funny.
And then he leaves from there to, was it Three's Company or was it they went to?
It was Three's Company.
So the Three's Company. He was like, "Hey Jack, where have you been?"
Hey, shout outs to. Shout out to
Suzanne Summers.
Not Suzanne
Summers.
Because we can't have the budget explode because of Suzanne Summers. Because that was pre-step by step Suzanne Summers.
But let me just say the cleavage just
they nailed it.
Rosalind Royce, rest in peace to her.
Yeah. So it cuts to the Salt and Pepper music video, and
two things I want to, or one thing I want to point out. D, you can go next. I'm just going to point out, first of all, they jumped into the Salt and Pepper video. So we're just going to sit here and ignore the fact that they were on the set of the Rhythm Nation video.
It looked like they probably just took the Rhythm Nation video and was like,
you say that? It looked like
it was the set. It was the exact same set from Rhythm Nation.
If you say so, because it looked like the same set on "We Are Living Single."
Nah, Living Single was at
a couple drapes and there's a fan.
First of all, the Living Single was at a damn pier, and you know that.
Yeah. Do you have a what? Do you have a? That's
right.
That shit was on a pier.
You got a flight whip.
Like the set where they shot that shit. I'm like, bro, that right there, that was Rhythm Nation.
Yeah, it did look like Rhythm Nation though, man. It did a lot of The only thing that really got me about that scene was, okay, I get it. But why is he dressed up like Prince? Is the question.
That was so funny.
Dancing to the ones and threes because his ass could not stay on beat. For
ones and threes. You mean he was dancing to the ones and 18s? Like what?
Even the one part
was that?
Even the one part before he fell off of it, and I liked how they kept the fucking sound effect, like oh, crash.
I like how all the dancers kept passing around the remotes.
Oh, did you like how the one guy hit the mute button and everybody's like, the fuck, like, dude?
Did y'all see that too? Did y'all see that? Because they won't mention her name, but I will. Y'all saw how Spinderella was the one to take it and unmute it?
Yep.
It was Spinderella. You know, the one that deserves her money.
Yeah. The one the one that made Salt and Pepper. Just
Salt ain't that damn fine anyway. She just a light-skinned girl with decent coochie.
The one that if I'm not mistaken.
Trench saw it through all of it.
Listen, the one that, if I'm not mistaken, if it wasn't for her beats, they wouldn't really have a career.
Stomp was the best thing you ever did, Salt.
When I think about the goodness and the fullness, God,
is that true, D? Nah, I like Push It. Push is awesome.
Push It is the ultimate 80s hoe song that people
Push It is listen, Salt, Pepper, I'm gonna keep it a stack. Push It is your Baby Got Back.
Oh yeah, it is.
No, it ain't. It's Shoot. Here's me Shoot. Like, oh, what, that movie, that song, that objectified men. Yes, I'm covering my breast. that soul that objectified us. No, for real. You listen to that. If you really listen to that, you're a man. I know you're a man. You're like this. You're just grabbing my dick without asking.
Hey.
So this song was about sexual assault.
You're like, it's like, but here's the response. Y'all get to put it in all y'all songs, and here's me. Hey, Wu-Tang only put it in 2 of their songs. Stop that.
Well, 3 if you count. 3 if you.
Ice Cream is a nasty ass song.
Well, 3 if you count Freaking You remix with Ghostface and
look, if you listen to Ice Cream, all you can imagine is some New York niggas with their shirts off, but yet still got their Timbs on and their do-rag and Nike fit. Like, yeah, ma, you got some big
kind of like you mean like fucking Prince Joshua basically?
No, Prince Joshua at least kick off his shoes and show them the black.
No, we don't. No, we don't.
He keep them Timbs on.
No, the fuck he don't. He keep them Timbs on.
Justin Slayer's the best one. This nigga knows he's from the country. He keeps his freaking. You ever see him bang out a girl with them cowboy boots on? Justin Slayer does not take them jokes off.
It's like, gotta keep the aesthetics up, man. But nah, like the whole movie, I'm just laughing with the mute button and stuff. And then I like how everybody stops dancing, by the way. They immediately like, the fuck is going on? No sound?
That's put the music volume up because the mute button was also a button that was getting featured a lot during that time too. There was a lot of people that were just now getting, like I said, on their set. Yes, there used to be a time there was no mute button. Yes, yes, child that was born in 1999. I know that blows your mind.
Literally turned the volume all the way down to like 0.
No, the fact that you had to get up, do that. The fact that you had to get up to go to your TV to turn it down.
Well, the knob.
Yeah, you have to turn the knob.
You don't know my mom. My mom just turned the TV off.
Yeah. or hey kids, hey, don't be at your grandma's house over the summer and it storms outside. All right, kids, unplug everything.
Unplug everything.
I'm in the middle of Mortal Kombat 2, and my grandmother's like, all right, unplug it, but grandma, Mortal Kombat 2
Fighter right now, grandma.
Unplug it.
I'm like, I'm about to be Shao Kahn. You can't pause it.
But you got to unplug it so it doesn't stay paused. But she doesn't understand that. God bless her soul. But
no. What you do is you unplug the TV and you just throw a towel or something over the console and keep it turned on.
I'd never.
You loyal.
We bullshit. I was not. My grandma never did that shit, but I knew somebody that did that. I remember I was over at their house and we bullshitted their mom so bad. We're like, yeah, we still playing the game. It's awesome. And I forgot what game we were playing. We got to the last board. Lights go out in the house. And for whatever reason, we blamed the dude and said, no, let's keep on playing. Because in our brain, we drained the energy.
There was just something about black superstition where if you keep the electrons on, the lightning is going to hit the house. That
is so that is where you can tell that you were black and you were severely undereducated. That's how you know it.
The worst was the worst one. The worst one was when we spent like a month in North Carolina at my great grandmother's house, and my great grandmother's the one saying it. And you can't get mad at your great grandmother for telling her to do that, because it's like
you can't. That's something she believed in. You know, she. Compared to both of y'all, she was the closest one to Jesus just because of one time period she lived in. Or if you were my family, we like to do it. Shut up. She used to be a slave. When y'all like, don't do that, Mom. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Before Jim Crow.
See, during Jim Crow, she had no choice but to be out there. You're like, Mama, don't do that to us. Don't do that to us. But we fought to get where we at. Let us enjoy where we at.
But also to show our age and stuff, because new kids don't know this. Cause I saw somebody on Twitter. I swear to God, he was a young kid. How do you smell water? Oh, you've never been in the country when you smell the air and it's like, oh, it's about to rain. Yep, it's about to rain.
A bunch of kids his age telling them that shit. They ain't no whatever.
I saw that and I was like, it was a bunch of us like, yeah, dog, you never been in the country. You smell the air and it's like, oh, it's about to rain. Yep, it's about to storm. And you see them clouds start rolling in.
I had somebody actually blow my mind and say, we're not actually smelling the rain. We're actually smelling something else. We're smelling the dirt or something else. Or yada, yada, yada. Yeah, we smell the rain.
Yeah, just let us smell the rain. All right, guys. Come on.
Like, yeah. Don't bring up the science and terms. Yeah, we're smelling the rain.
So he leaves the salt and pepper video and he pops up in the, was it like whatever era.
No, first of all, he does. No, first of all, he has to deliver the badass line. Sorry, Spike, you're canceled.
They practiced that twice.
So Spike, well, remember, Spike and him pop up in whatever era is the Three Musketeers before he does that.
Yeah,
because they do the fencing fight and stuff, and that's when the kid was like, which again, I think the satellite rules disappeared because he's like, all right, satellite, we're gonna throw the sword in there, and you guys didn't get whatever movie, you just okay, fine.
Dude, don't question it. There's literally 5 minutes left in this movie.
Yeah, throw the fencing sword in there, and they get the little fencing thing, and he wins and stuff. And that's when he says the line, "Sorry, Spike, you're canceled." And then boom, shoots him out of there and stuff. Gets back to Helen, and they're like, "All right, let's change the channel. It's not working." He was like, the other guys on the TV, like they're stuck, and that's when Helen was like,
"Yeah, I turned all the escape modes off."
So. The son is like,
I guess that works.
So the son is like, turn it off. And Helen's like, what happens when you want to sit there and get out? You turn the TV off. Turns it off, destroys the train, and they get out the satellite, and the satellite ends up inverting itself and shoots itself.
No, Chris. What the satellite does is excuse me. What the satellite does is the satellite literally turns into the T-1000 and liquefies itself back into hell.
It 90s itself back into the ground.
It said, hey, Stan Winston Senpai, please notice me.
Stan Winston Chan.
I like how Stan Winston with the little blush marks.
Like Stan Winston Senpai, notice me, please.
Yo, imagine, look, it's some amateur art house dude like setting flames to miniatures. Notice me, Senpai.
Hold on. Did y'all like? No. Did y'all like the practical effects? Like when Spike takes off in his Volvo and rode it when he rides it into hell. Did you like how the ground broke up and just opened up a nice little driveway for him?
That was perfect because it was just like,
yeah.
The thing I like about it is that you can still tell it's 90s practical effects they got to use, and you see that little bump that happens when he goes down that hill. It's like, okay, that's when he hit the board, and all the rest of that is just green screen, and we don't know. You could just tell the 90s effects when they start.
Heavy rolling is that Spike, meanwhile, is stuck in the same place that him and John Ritter fence and stuff. And the dog because the dog also gets sucked in before the satellite dish inverted itself. And the dog is like, has Spike up on the chandeliers. And that's when Eugene Levy's like, oh, turnabout's fair play. Time to cut you down. Boom. He gets attacked by a dog, which funny enough, it's kind of sort of a Ferris Bueller callback because President Mooney got fucking attacked by a dog, the same type of dog too. So,
which made me, and this made me think of something. So the family gets out; they're all happy. John is now gonna once again because I Tarantino'd myself. He opened up his fencing school. Now, something I want to point out was that Gremlin style ending because. Bro, first of all, your neighbors died. The neighbors died, and you got a dog stuck in, and you have a dog stuck in hell. So
you're worried about that. I'm not
worried about it. I'm just saying. So none of that went reported.
Well, sir, progressiveness. The black man takes over the news, takes over the fucking channel now.
Well, that was expected.
Success. And he's not going to be as evil as Jeffrey Jones, but he's still going to be evil. So,
and I stand by what I said. So, the whole movie, you're jealous of my success. No, I'm not. Never comes to a conclusion of that. Second thing that gets me about that, you never listened to me. So, did he ever actually listen? Because he can still pursue his dream, and that still pisses you off, and y'all still get divorced. The movie just ends.
Apparently,
wow. Okay.
The movie ends. The movie ends.
Hey, we got to show parodies, okay?
I'm just saying, the movie ends like that. The pose, the stance.
Yeah. Like, hey, I'm a fencer now.
Which is why
family.
Which is why I still say it that at the end of all of that. He still got his wife. He got the kids. He's, come to think of it, he got out of this pretty clean.
First off, here's how I know it. Helen gave him the money to start that fencing business because he sure as shit didn't have no goddamn money for that shit.
No, what he did was he went to a nice inner city in Seattle and bought a building when the property value was low. Come on,
white privilege.
Chris, this is 1992. You think he ain't smart enough to put that shit together?
Actually, to that Eddie Murphy skit in SNL when he went in for a loan as a white guy and shit, and the guy just gave him like cash money and shit. Yeah, that's John Ritter going in the bank. Like, I need a loan for a fencing school. Right away, sir. Here's some cash. Here's a pile of cash.
So do you want that in cash or check?
But yeah, the parody of the TV shows. As a kid, I laughed, but now it's like,
Yeah, Beverly Hills 90666.
Like ha.
I mean, back in the day,
honestly, they're forgettable.
That was hilarious.
They're very forgettable today.
Because there's no visual gags, it's just the titles, and it's like that's it. There's no visual gags. And
I thought they were going to show. I really thought they were going to show like visual gags, but it was just the titles, and I'm like, oh, that's disappointing.
Oh, the funniest visual gags is the Exorcist fucking workout when she's like, all right, now twist your head.
Yes. Feel the burn.
Feel it.
And I think that's the reason why everybody brings up this movie. They only bring up the cartoon part because that's the most memorable. Mm-hmm. Like it's just the most memorable. I ain't like, and out of all the stuff, it's the only thing that's not really sadistic. It's just a cartoon. You know what I mean? Everything else is sadistic and effed up in a way. That's why we really like sadistic hidden video, because that was like, okay, that could actually work today. That actually could work as a show.
Like, it was like their version, because it's weird because it was just like that's some America's Home Video shit, but just back in '92, it was kind of sadistic shit. Because like
the hidden camera show back then.
Yeah, because even some of the hidden camera shows, they weren't on that level. But like to do a Punk'd in 1992, it would be like that, you know.
Yeah,
that's like
that is why Dave Chappelle did it with Zapped. The best one still was the blow me joke. What's that in his pants? It's a dildo, dog. You have been zapped.
Zap, baby.
It's like Dave Chappelle. Shit. Jesus, why don't you just fuck JJ?
Now, here's funny. So Tim Burton was supposed to direct this, but he turned it down to do, Batman Returns, because for the kids, Batman Returns.
You make the darkest Batman movie ever for the kids. The Happy Meals.
I'm sorry. I will forever bring that up.
No, but you want to know something, Chris? I think that if it wasn't for the penguin nose biting scene, we probably still would have got the Happy Meal deal.
I'm sorry, that Happy Meal, that shit's still fucking dark, even without Penguin doing that shit.
No. See, that was the line for McDonald's. Out of everything in that whole movie, it was the nose biting scene. They said, nope, want nothing to do with it.
Y'all were right in the aspect of when Mike Myers and Dana Carvey, they were offered to do Dwayne and Garth for the Underworld thing.
Yeah.
It was based off the SNL skit because they were in production of Wayne's World.
That's what I thought. That's what I was like, no, this movie.
I thought it would be
because I know the movie came out in '92, and I'm like, they couldn't have known about this the same time that they were shooting the movie, so they had to have gotten this from the SNL sketches.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Also, fun fact: John Ritter and what's her face were not the first choices. Guess who the first choices were?
I'm
at the time, Gutenberg is one of them, isn't it?
No.
Oh, who is it?
I don't think it was Gutenberg.
Now I want to know who.
One of them is obvious. Tracy Ullman makes sense. Richard Dreyfuss.
Dreyfuss was.
Thank you. I know, right?
Dreyfuss could have worked though. Dreyfuss could have worked.
Tracy
Ullman is a little bit. Y'all would have been wasting her comedy, in my opinion. But yeah. Dreyfuss could have worked this, man.
I mean, this is weird to me because
that's actually a decent pick. I'm not mad at that one.
Because I know Dreyfuss did comedy with Stakeout, but like I always know him as like the drama person from like Jaws and Mr. Holland Opus and what's the fucking movie where he played the ghost of the fireman ghost or whatever and shit.
Fireman ghost, what? Haunters?
No, it was basically his character had a relationship with I forgot her name. And he died because he was one of those people that put out the forest fires and stuff. And his character died, and he came back as a ghost, and he was trying to help his girlfriend get over him, dying and stuff, so she can get with somebody else new. And John Goodman was in it and stuff. I forgot what the name of it was and stuff, but he always did drama stuff. So him doing this, like, I mean, he could do it, but it's just Richard Dreyfuss though. Like, all right, sure.
That had me thinking of some other things, like the other shows that they could have jumped into in Hell. Could you imagine a Hell version of The Joy of Painting?
All right, so what we're going to do right now is put more demons around this rotting corpse.
Happy to that.
I think that right there. Now, see, that could be done today. Like today, that's easy to do because as Bob Ross would be painting, shit would literally come to life, and that cabin would not be safe.
I think you could have. That could have worked. I think that could have worked back then. You could have made that work back then, but that just sounds like a production nightmare.
That's what I'm saying. It would have been a nightmare because as he's painting, you got to make
things will hop out the little
the budget. The budget for that in 1992 would have been stupid.
It's all like, this movie was already kind of like hemorrhaging on that anyway, man. They put a lot of that into it anyway. But you know what? That was the whole point about the joy, though, man.
Instead of the joy of painting, it would probably be like the madness of painting or the evil of painting.
With demons or some shit like that. Whatever. The point is, that's the reason why I picked this movie, because it was a good little snapshot of the time that was in right there. And you notice we always say it wears this on the sleeve and all that on the sleeve because.
Sorry, I was just gonna say Bob Ross was still alive at that time. But go ahead.
That's like the reason it could have, like, the reason to me why I picked this was because of that. It was like perfect snapshot of that time. Mm-hmm. And not only did they show movies and all the rest of that shit, you know what I'm saying? There you go. And it's something I noticed too, man. This was the tail end of I tell this to everybody, I told this to our boy that been on the show a couple times, our boy Mo Pornay. I told him this, that the 80s really didn't die until 1991, if you really want to be honest. And you can tell why, because there was still shit that looked brown in this movie. And when I mean that is this, there were, like, everybody talking about bright colors and all that. Okay, sure, they existed in the 80s. You want to know what the 80s really looked like? Yellow, brown, and tan. Exactly. Everything was wood in the 80s, man.
The 80s. yellow, brown, tan, and shoulder pads.
And shoulder pads came back 5 different times in the 90s. So it's kind of funny to me that you can still kind of see that. Even look at the background that we're on, you can see the fucking Lazy Boy they was sitting in. That is 80s style Lazy Boy if I haven't seen one, man.
Well, I mean, but you're right. I mean,
just like how they brought back the 80s in WandaVision.
Yeah.
I think they did all right. I think of all the 80s stuff I've seen, WandaVision did the best way. What about Stranger Things? That was contemporary with what was in the 80s. You know how we look at Vice
80s.
City, and it's kind of funny. You know how we look at we play Vice City and say that's the 80s? No, it can get a little bit more 80s than that if it wants to.
Vice City.
It's like that. It's like it's surface
80s.
level. It hasn't really dipped into it as much as you think they would.
The Vice City is Miami in the 80s, which was that color scheme, which was the bright colors, the pink, the neon. That was straight Miami. Miami. Yeah. I would say Miami, parts of LA. That's what that was. That's what people remember the 80s for. They just remember the Miami, the beach. You know, like those beach states of the 1980s.
The glow from from Sunset Boulevard.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly. So
all of that is what they know.
Yeah, so that's kind of funny. Yeah,
but you're right about that because you know what show really invokes that, and it did last into the 90s and stuff, but still had its 80s on its shoulders. Alienation
was like that. Yes, it was.
Alienation, even when it got into the 90s, it wore its 80s on its sleeve.
Yeah, to see it's always funny to see like the 80s not wanting to die in that era. You know what I mean?
I mean,
the 80s refusing to die.
And it's crazy to me because, like you said, it's like this movie. It's funny. It's a very silly movie. I mean, and it's just very. And I think Eric said the best way. It's a safe movie too.
Yep, it's very safe.
Yeah, and not in a bad way, but just like that's.
This is definitely the reason why I bought it. I had to do is because this was definitely one of those movies where it's like, yes, if y'all haven't watched it, please do. It's one of those type of films. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah. But anyways, just stay tuned. What do we got next before we get out of here?
The next movie that we do, it's going to be another year, guys. That is the 4th of July, and for another year, we're actually going to do a movie that encapsulate America and everything that makes it good. And we need a movie that has balls. I mean, like real fucking nuts. And it's a movie that Chris, that you and I wanted to do for a long time. Stars Mr. Chuck Norris, and he is he's a Navy SEAL, if I'm mistaken, and it seems that Iraq has taken over.
Delta Force.
Yes, sir. We are fine. Like here's the thing, like Chris, I laughed. I told this to Eris. The only reason why Chris defends the Fast series is because he wears his Golden Globus fanboys on his sleeve. Mm-hmm. Chris is a Canon film type of nigga. So
if you grew up in the 80s and 90s, Canon Films it's like they were doing movies that Hollywood would never do. And it's just like now we're in this renaissance of people able to make these type of films because Hollywood would never touch them, and they pop up on Amazon and Netflix and stuff, and even YouTube to a degree too. And Golden Globus, they kind of changed the game in the 80s because it was like nobody in Hollywood would ever touch Delta Force at all. But Golden Globus we'll do it. We'll do it. Fuck it.
It was one, like I said, in the 80s and 90s, we saw more movie studios open up. There was more opportunities for movies to be seen in different spots, especially with home video. And that's where the Canon Group really ate up on is home video. But they brought most of their hits to the theaters. And they made Chuck Norris a star. And this one is one of them. And so
also, do you want to see a white guy and Robert Forster play Abdul Rafai?
Like, yes. Dude, do y'all motherfuckers really want to see Chuck Norris and Lee Marvin just
but not just them. a young McKelty Williamson is also part of the Delta Force.
Yes. Oh my God. Yes.
Went behind the ears, McKelty Williams.
Man, let me also tell you, our boy Steve James is in this movie. Liam Neeson is in this movie. We're just going. He's just an extra, but he's in the movie.
There.
He's in the movie.
George fucking Kennedy is in this movie.
Just got done talking with him in All Naked Gun. He's in this movie, yeah.
Dude, like you look at the names, and especially during the time period, because this is 1986. I'm like, yo, they threw so many money because I know George Kennedy asked for some money. I know Chuck Norris asked for a lot of money.
I know Forrester was tight, so he asked for some money.
Guess what? And guess what? If you watch the Electric Boogaloo, the whole story about Golden Globus, they were throwing money at people.
Oh, they were. Golden Globus, Menachem Golem was just throwing bank at everybody. Yeah. So yeah, I believe it. The movie they only spent $9 million on the movie.
I can't tell, my dude. $9 million. $9
million. They made back 17. How much you want to bet? How much you wanted that bet beyond 17? That 17 million they made a lot more off a home video. Especially the first Delta Force movie, man.
8.5 million went towards that bike that had the rockets on it because it did look pretty badass.
Oh Lord! But anyway, we're doing that next year. Next week 4 the 4th of July, and we get to also talk about how much we love our country. But yeah, that's about it.
Anyways, we're out. Peace.